Joel in New Orleans, you're on Winning at Life with Gregory Ricks. How can we help you, Joel?
Yeah, I'm a middle school teacher that taught a personal finance class this year, and I would love to pick your brain for what tips would you give really young people who are just starting out. We went over the basics of budgeting and emergency funds and picking a career that has a job behind it, but I'm asking, what kind of more advanced tips would you give for people who are just starting out in their career?
I have a book that I really like, The Latte Factor. Have you heard of that book?
I have not.
There's a lot of common sense fundamentals in that book that as well. Let's see here.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
Awesome. I think you'll find that as a good start. And then if you're looking for a little bit more help, just give us a holler back.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joel. All right, if you want to be next, 504-260-0995.
The author of that is David Bach. And we've actually, through our firm, have done in the past giveaways of that book. We've given away a significant amount of that. And kind of the key to it is Bach's assumption is that a latte costs $5 is too rich. And Bach assumed, and there's some assumptions made on compound interest. And I'll give it I like the book. And there's 7 key concepts that he teaches in that. And sometimes when people go out there and writers and such go out there and showing returns, I think they maybe use too high of a compounding return, like 7, 8, or 10%. I think it should be more measured at 5 to 6 there. And that's one thing I'd share with you when you talk about with the students on historical returns. Those aren't, when you talk about the history of the market, that average return, that's not accurate from a real money growth, because the market has that type of gain, but it has this pullback. So if you were just using compound interest, you're probably a point and a half lower than a market historical. So that's something to keep in mind. What I want people to understand, especially young people, is to understand how money grows and use reasonable expectations for doing so, and that they understand. And another thing that I think people are surprised about, even our kids, is the withholding of money from their checks, their taxes, and Social Security, and how that works long range. Another part of that, when they talk about investing, and we talk about the kids, your horizon's like 40 years. And then they get to put some money in an IRA, or what they all have. Each of them have Roth accounts. And one of the things from that standpoint is they see it growing. And then sometimes the question, well, I'll just tell you, one of them said, can I spend that? What? I can't? No, you have to leave it there for a long time. And what you really want to do is keep adding to it there. But it's getting some of the real world things to where they almost can feel it.